Good morning, everybody. I'm meteorologist Nelly Carreño. We are going to take a look at what we can expect for the rest of today after the very heavy downpours that we had throughout the morning. Those are starting to move away, and we'll get some peaks of sunshine later on this afternoon before we see the second round, a low pressure system that right now is over the Pacific Southwest. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what's happening. You can see here the rain is moving out. It moved in from the west over to the east during the morning hours. It all started around 3 o'clock in the morning in the Fort Worth area. Really heavy downpours and some lightning moved through Dallas, also close to 6 in the morning. But now most of it is east of us, so we will enjoy dry conditions for the rest of the morning into the afternoon, but not before it dropped quite a bit of rain. Look at Denton. You got 1 inch of rain, and that's the last 24 hours, but really that accumulated just between about 2 in the morning and 6 in the morning. So 1 inch of rain for Denton. And Fort Worth, just a little more than ½ an inch of rain. 3/4 of an inch in the Dallas area downtown. Over towards McKinney, ½ an inch of rain. Bowie, only 1/4 of an inch of rain, but we'll take it. Mineral Wells, almost 1 inch of rain. And towards the east, is still moving towards Mineola and Sulphur Springs. So Sulphur Springs did almost get ½ an inch of rain. And all of this is important because we did get the newest information from the National Weather Service regarding the drought monitor. So I wanted to show you the Dallas-Fort Worth area. You can see here that the rain is gone. The clouds are holding on tight, though, in places like Fort Worth, also in Dallas. As we look over towards the east, still some rain in places like Willis Point, Canton, Kemp, and Kaufman. You are just about done with the rain. You just dried out. Also in Terrell and Forney, you won't see any additional rain. It just moved east of you. As we look towards southeast of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, Waxahachie, you had some rain move through, but now it's south of you. I know there was some accidents along I-45 and I-42, I-40 also, but you can see here that the rain is moving into Corsicana and places like Richland. Still raining, though, along I-45 south of Ennis, Corsicana, all the way to Richland. Cayuga, you also have quite a bit of rain. That yellow color shows that it's moderate rain, not just light rain, but there's light rain in Gun Barrel City and also in Athens, and all of that is moving towards the Tyler area, towards the east. So the clouds are still holding on tight, as you can see here, east of the cold front, and that's in the North Texas area, but behind it, lots of sunshine. Now, it looks like that front is going to move through, but it's not. It's actually going to dissipate and really just become a dry line, a front that separates the humid air from the dry air. So that front, an actual front, won't come through until Friday night into Saturday, and that's important because that means we won't cool down until Saturday and Sunday, and even then the highs will reach 70 degrees. But the reason I'm showing you the Pacific Northwest, places like Portland and Vancouver, you see a little activity, a little rotation there in the Pacific Northwest. That's our next storm system, and that low pressure will actually move east of us, north, but it will pass from west to east, and it will push a cold front over our area, and that's our next storm system from Friday afternoon, evening into Saturday morning. Now, as I mentioned, we got up to 1 inch of rain in places like Denton and Fort Worth and Dallas, between ½ an inch and 3/4 of an inch. And that's important because we got the latest information. Obviously, it doesn't include the rain from this morning, but the information we got this morning for the drought monitor shows dry conditions for Fort Worth and Dallas. That's what that yellow area means. Just dry in places like Wise County, Denton County, Collin County, over to the north. But the beige color is moderate drought. And parts of our area also have a severe to extreme drought. You notice parts of Sulphur Springs and Paris have that extreme drought. So the rain this morning, it is really welcome, especially places like Corsicana and Waxahachie over into Athens and Sulphur Springs. As we zoom out, the drought conditions are a lot worse in southern areas of Texas, places like Corpus Christi and San Antonio and Del Rio. They have an extreme drought, and they really need the rain. But getting back to us, the winds coming in from the south, temperatures right now are in the 60s, about 67 in Dallas, 64 in Fort Worth, Bowie and Gainesville and Sherman also between 63 and 64 degrees. That wind, you notice the little arrows coming in from the south. That's showing the wind direction and also the wind strength. We do have breezy conditions that will continue throughout the rest of the morning into the afternoon, and I'll show you in just a second how strong they will be. But really, consistent gusts from 20 to 25 miles per hour, some reaching 30 mile per hour gusts. So this is where the front is. Right now, cold front, it will dissipate into a dry front. And I mentioned that separates the warm, humid air from the drier. And you can see the dew points, which is the way we measure the humidity in the air. 61 in DFW. When we have dew points in the 60s, that means it's pretty muggy out there. Now, if you live in places like Miami or coastal areas, they have dew points in the upper 60s to 70s. So 61 is humid, but not terrible. But it's important because you notice behind the front, the dew point drops into the 30s. That's very dry air. And along that front, tomorrow afternoon into the evening hours is where we'll see the next line of thunderstorms develop. And that would be part of the trigger, the dry conditions clashing with the humid conditions and an upper level system. All of that is the reason that we will have another round of potentially severe storms. The ones from this morning were just heavy rain. Fortunately, we did not see any hail, we didn't see any rotation. We had some lightning, but really the problem was the heavy rain that caused some major accidents along the roads. So right now the winds, you notice where there are no numbers, that means that the wind gusts are less than 15 miles per hour, which is good. But you notice some of the winds, places like Waxahachie, the gusts 22 miles per hour, and in Terrell, where the system is moving into or just out of 33 mile per hour gusts. And so we'll start to see some of those gusts in the next few hours. You can see there between midday and about 3, 4 o'clock, 20 to 26 miles per hour. And then it will start to pick up again during the late afternoon into the evening hours. We could see a couple of gusts up to 30 miles per hour. So let's go ahead and take it hour by hour. Right now we just have cloudy conditions in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Most of the rain has moved over towards the east. The sunshine is coming out in places like Graham and Middle Wells and Bridgeport. And by 9 o'clock, we'll start to see some peaks of sunshine in places like Wise County, Parker, Palo Pinto County. But I do think the clouds will hold on a little bit longer in Fort Worth and Dallas. Between 10 and 11, we'll start to see some of that sun come out. That, along with the wind from the south, will take us into the 80s for the highs. And during the evening hours, we'll go back down to the 70s. Now, you notice those little spots that show some rain. We can keep about a 10% chance of seeing just an isolated shower later on this evening, but most of us will be dry and relatively mild. So Friday morning will be mostly cloudy, and with temperatures mild near 70. So this is tomorrow morning. I don't think we're going to have any problems during our morning commute, although we could see maybe some patchy drizzle. But notice by 5 o'clock, this particular computer model shows some showers and thunderstorms already in our area. And I say this particular computer model because that's important. Some of our other models bring it in a little bit later. And tomorrow, of course, we have the Texas Rangers home opener, so we are keeping an eye on that time period. If it does move in around that time, obviously it would affect our afternoon drive time. Fridays are already a little bit hard when it comes to traffic, so we will keep an eye on when it arrives. But as of right now, it is looking like between 5 to 6 o'clock we could already see some activity. Now, as we mentioned that we have the chance of some of those being strong to possibly severe. We are at the lowest level threat, level 1, for Fort Worth and also for Dallas. Denton, McKinney, Wise County, you're part of that too. But if you live northwest, places like Bowie and Gainesville and Graham, that does go up to a level 2. So what would be the threat on Friday afternoon, Friday night into Saturday morning? Well, the main threat will be flooding, because today, as I mentioned, we saw anywhere between half an inch to an inch of rain, and we will see additional amounts from 1 to 2 inches of rain widespread, but some places could see up to 3 inches of rain. And so flooding is a concern, especially moving into the Saturday morning time period when it's been raining through Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, overnight. And so we do want to be careful with that flood possibility moving into Saturday morning. The tornado threat is low. This is for tomorrow afternoon through Saturday early afternoon, but it's not a zero. So obviously we'll watch that as the system moves in. Wind damage, moderate threat. Some of the wind gusts with a couple of the cells could have wind gusts up to 60, 65 miles per hour, and large hail is a possibility, but a low threat as of right now. So now we're going to talk about the timing for the Friday event. As I mentioned, Friday morning, we're mostly cloudy. Could see some patchy drizzle, but that's about it. As we get into Friday afternoon into the evening hours, this is 5 o'clock, and this particular model, and the reason I'm showing this particular model, I trust it. It's called the HER, and it's one of our best models. This is showing arrival around 5, and then I'm showing you the Euro, that it's a long-range model, also has some heavy rain during Friday afternoon and evening hours. This is 8:30, 10 p.m. on Friday. A lot of people like to go out and celebrate that the weekend is here. If you have Friday night plans, maybe just heading out to a movie or any activity like that, this could certainly impact it. Also, Friday sports for kids or high school students, you might need to keep an eye on that because likely outdoor events could be impacted through the evening hours and certainly overnight into Saturday morning. But notice where the front is at 10:30 p.m. on Friday. It's still to our northwest, and this will move out towards the southeast on Sunday. Obviously, it is Easter, and so we are looking at dry conditions, and it will be much better when it comes to rain. It will be mostly cloudy. We'll see an additional 1 to 2 inches of rain, as I mentioned. Saturday, 69 will be the temperature with that heavy rain in the morning. And here is our Easter forecast. If you're going to church during the morning hours, we'll be in the 50s, the high about 70 degrees. And here's our 7-day forecast. We have 69 on Saturday, 70 on Sunday, 71 on Monday. And of course, we will be back with more information throughout the day, and certainly 11 o'clock here at CBS Texas.
is CBS News, Texas.
Assignment editor Danica Hill has been in our newsroom this morning tracking some breaking news out of Fort Worth. Danica, you actually following up on an overnight shooting in Fort Worth. Tell us more about this.
That's right, Carmen. Police have confirmed that they are calling this a drive-by shooting, and we have learned that this is now a homicide investigation as a child was killed in this situation. I do have a live crew out there on the scene, and you can see this is what it looks like as of right now. So it's happening at a home off of Glenbrook Lane, and that is a neighborhood near McCart Avenue and Alta Mesa Boulevard on the south side of the city. Now, we were able to get an update from officers who, again, of course, did confirm that this does involve a child who was shot in a drive-by shooting. And here in our live shot, you can see them going in and out of that house. That is where we believe that this did happen. I did ask my photographer on the scene if he could see any bullet shots, any entry points out there, but it is hard from where they have us. Typically, they keep us pretty far back so they can't complete their investigation. We do know that that child was taken to the hospital, but did die. Now, they say they got the call around 1:30 this morning, so for quite some time they've been out there investigating. We do know homicide detectives are on the scene, and police do tell us that this is a very active investigation. They're asking anybody in the public in that neighborhood, in that area, if you have any information, if you saw anything, to please contact Fort Worth Police. We're going to stay on this scene and try to get some more information for you as this does develop throughout the morning, but that's what I'm looking at here at the desk.
Well, the mom of a Dallas police officer shot and killed in the line of duty is now suing the gunman's parents and a pawn shop in connection with her son's death. Officer Darren Burks was shot and killed in his patrol vehicle outside a community